So apart from the bones, from the periosteum, the next portion of the bones is its matrix. Now the matrix of the bones is called as osine. So it is parallel to the chondrin. You remember in cartilage we have chondrin, and in the case of the bones we have osine. So osine is the matrix is basically the organic portion. So it is called as osine, or the matrix, or the protein portion. Now the 38% is the organic matter. So the organic matter found in the protein in the bones matrix is made up of collagen fiber and is made up of mucopolysaccharide which carries sulfur in it. So sulfated mucopolysaccharide, and 62% of the matter is the inorganic matter. So the matrix is made up of two portion, organic part and the inorganic part. Organic part is lesser when compared with the inorganic part. The inorganic part is rich in calcium phosphate. Maximum amount is the calcium phosphate. It also carries a variable amount of calcium carbonate, magnesium phosphate, as well as magnesium fluoride. So these are the inorganic salts which are found in abundance, and the maximum is the calcium phosphates. Now matrix has lamellae. Now how it is different from the cartilage? In the case of cartilage, matrix is homogeneous, but in the case of the bones you will find the matrix is deposited in the layers. Now those layers are thin layers and are also called as laminae. Now there are various types of layers or lamellae which are found in the bones. I'll be explaining that on the next page. So what are those laminae called as? One of the laminae is called as Haversian lamellae, which develop in concentric rings, and these rings are around a canal which is called as the Haversian canal. In parallel to that we have an interstitial lamellae. These lamellae, now what is interstitium in the case of biology? Whenever there is an empty space between two important topics or two important portions, then the space between these two is called as interstitium. So outer space you can also say. So Haversian lamellae are the main lamellae. So Haversian lamellae form a system, and outside these, or you can say in between these two, there will be a space. That space is called as the interstitium, and the lamellae present in the interstitium is called as the interstitial laminae. So they are present between the Haversian system. The third type is called as the circumferential lamellae. Circumferential means towards the outer side. I'll be showing you the diagram on the next page. So circumferential laminae are of two types. The one which is found towards the outer surface of the bone is called as the outer circumferential lamellae, and the one which is found towards the inside is the inner circumferential laminae. Remember, the positions would be position is specific. Outer circumferential lamellae are present inner to the periosteum, and the inner circumferential laminae are present outer to the endosteum. Now let me show you this thing on the next page. Now imagine this is a piece of a bone we have cut, and when we study it minutely we will find, now these are the laminae. So you can see here one single circle, concentric rings we have learned on the last page. So these are concentric rings of Haversian lamellae, and they together form a Haversian system also called as osteon. Now between two osteon we have a space. There are not just two, there are many, but for simplicity I have drawn only two here. In between two there is a space which is called as interstitium. So the laminae which are present here are called as the interstitial laminae. Now this is the outer surface of bone, and this is the inner surface. From here I have magnified this diagram, inner surface and the outer surface of long bone. So the laminae which are present towards the outer surface are called as outer circumferential laminae, and the one which are found towards the inside are called as inner circumferential laminae. Now let's understand the other line which we read. The outer circumferential laminae are present inner to the periosteum. So let's see this thing. This is periosteum and this is the outer. So it is found just inside the periosteum. and the inner one are found just outside the endosteum. So you can see here, this is the endosteum. So just outside the endosteum, what do we have? We have the inner circumferential laminae. Even if still this diagram is not clear, just hold on, because I'll be covering this in detail again. Now the next main thing to understand, in the cartilage the lacuna are smooth. And then their surface is smooth. And in what is lacuna? Lacuna are the empty space or cavity where the chondrocytes are present, and these chondrocytes may divide to form 2 cell, 3 cell, 4 cell. It's all possible. This growth we just learned is called as the endogenous growth or interstitial growth. Now what happened in comparison in the case of the bones? In the case of the bones, the lacunae do not have a smooth surface. They have finger-like projections present like this. And the second thing, they are also called as canaliculi. Just remember that name. The projections are called as canaliculus in singular, canaliculi in plural. Now the cell inside will always remain single. So what happened in the case of cartilage was the chondrocyte divided into more. In this case, osteocyte does not divide. A single cell will inhabit one lacuna, and then its cytoplasm will project inside the canaliculi. You can see black things I have made into the finger-like things also. So the canaliculi will receive these projections from the cytoplasm of the chondrocytes. Let's understand this on the next page later. So the bone, now the next to the matrix we have the bone cells. The bones carry cells. There are basically these 4 types of cells found in the bones. The first one is the